Powered by Riverside FM.
You got the pop top now?
You do the intro, then we pop the top.
Sorry, I messed it up. But let's keep it in anyway. Ladies and
Exactly.
gentlemen, boys and girls, teachers of all ages, welcome to the Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour. Welcome, Jandler.
Welcome, Choey. Now it's the pop.
You gotta leave it in just like the dingy thing from like last week's episode.
The one thing I will take out, I may take out that little pause because it's like silence.
I don't know. I'm like waiting. I'm like, where's it at?
Dude, speaking of that, I told you I was texting you after I saw it or listened to it on Friday because I didn't really pick up on it when I edited it. I just took out, I was cutting something down. I forget what it was. There was some space or something, right? And it was completely unintentional. Like, I wasn't making fun of you, but sure. When you listen to that episode, it sure sounds like you're telling me the story that your dad caught you playing with yourself. It's just like, when Choey hears this, he's going to laugh. Sure enough.
I like it too because it's like it makes that, it has that sound too before it starts off like, well, here we go. It's like,
we had our lead in, and then you're just like, hey, no, my dad quit. He told me to quit playing with my dinghy. You're just like, all right.
You know what amazes me though is like I forgot about the pop. Like 4 seasons in, like you would think, like we would do the pop top for at least what 2 seasons, like solid.
Well, we used to have the authentic pop top going on. Now we're just like, hey, it just sounds better with that sound effect because then we're not having to hold the. Because remember, you used to do the tss, like maybe you wouldn't always get it, and you're like,
we didn't get it, so we're like, let's make the noise.
Yeah. All right, hey, real quick,
here you go, y'all. What was that?
Do the holidays real quick.
Here are today's effing holidays.
The first Friday in September, sir. This is I received my last paycheck from my last school district, so officially done with them or whatever. We'll never get money from them again.
You never say never. Never say never.
That's true. September 5th.
Reunite.
It's Ironman Wales Day. That's an Ironman triathlon in Wales. Get ready to push your limits and conquer the rugged terrain of Ironman Wales, a challenging race for true endurance athletes. The dude does triathlons, by the way. I used to do sprint triathlons, and obviously I got a good friend up in Illinois. She does a lot still. It's also International Cabernet Day. I know we don't really drink the kind of sparkling stuff here, Joseph, but raise a glass to International Cabernet Day. Enjoy your favorite vintage with friends and family for the perfect celebration.
I was hanging out back in college with a roommate, and we made a meal for some special friends, and we didn't have anything to drink, and so we're like, well, we fancy, and we'll go with some nice red. It's supposedly paired with beef, right?
Was it boxed?
No, it was bottled.
Okay.
And like, I was like, yeah, it's whatever. And so like, I guess it paired. I was like fancy, like I got to be like whatever. Like I really just do like the drinking while I'm eating. I do it either before or after. Like I can't do it with food. I feel like it just messes with the flavors of both.
Yeah.
But we had like after the meal, between the meal and the after the meal, me and the buddy of mine, we each had like 3 or 4 bottles of wine ourselves. Like, it was not good.
You liked the taste? At all. Did you like the taste?
Well, I mean, because you get like, if you get like a normal sized bottle of wine, you get about 4 glasses of wine out of that. And those, like, so they have like a normal sized glass of wine is only like 5 ounces.
Yeah.
So you get like 4 or 5 of those little baby glasses, and like, you're not thinking of it because it's like less than half the size of a normal beer. And so we're just like drinking it like it's like beer. We're like, oh, it's fine. And then like it hits you, and you're just like, oh, hey, whoa, a little further down the line than I thought I was.
Choey's like, once it hits the lips, more wine.
But like the first couple were like, oh, I mean, I'm not gonna be like a 5-year-old, like gross, get it out. I'm like, oh,
no, but I am with you.
Jeez,
I'm with you on what, like, I don't eat and drink, right? Like alcohol. The only thing that I can't eat is if I'm drinking beer. I like appetizers, cheese sticks, wild wing, like wings, things like that. Nachos, I can eat that while I'm drinking beer. But regular food, no. I have had some dates though when I've had like chicken and white wine. See, I'm not a red wine guy, but I think it's because that like the red wine's room temp, and the white wine you can chill. And that red wine, man, it's just too warm. Like gives me like heartburn, you know.
There's some reds that you can. I mean, don't give me like which one are they because I don't know. But there are some reds that you can actually serve chilled.
The,
It was just
the,
it
that's
just
the
was not
next.
a
That's
good
the next.
thing.
Ask
Jeez.
Doctor Cho. Which wine do I pair with the asparagus? And you're like, hmm.
I'm like, how about nobody cares? Just drink
All right, I'll move on to this
it.
week's headlines. All right, man.
All
It's
right.
time for this week's edition of Choey and Jandler's headlines. Yay! Hooray!
All right, first headline, dude. Got some fisticuffs going on in third grade this week. So, two of my students apparently, like, I talked to both moms on different days because I couldn't get a hold of one mom the day it happened. But these two kids are fine with me. They're perfectly fine. But when they go to the other two rooms, when they rotate, they get on each other's nerves. And apparently, I think it was Wednesday. It like they got in one fight in one class, and then they got in three fights in the other class. And they got all the separation. And I was talking to the other teachers, and we're trying to think of like ways that we can kind of help like alleviate the problems. Come to find out, when I talked to the first kid's mom, mom was wondering if he needed his second dose of medication after lunch, and I was like, well, you might want to talk to the doctor because that's when the problems start happening. I'm not an expert. I'm not Joseph over here, you know. But I do know a doctor friend if you need help, ma'am. But no,
Here. I'm like, I'll give him the dose myself. Right
but
here. With a little beer chaser.
but also the fact that I'm a dude is part of the thing. Like they respect me
I
a
was
little bit
gonna say
differently. Yeah, because like the other teacher asked me like, what do I do? And I'm like, they don't do that at all in my class. And if they ever start to say something or whatever, I quickly be like, no, stop it right now. And that's it. I'm not like chewing them out. I don't yell. I'm just like, stop.
You talk to him like they're a cat, like
Yeah,
your cat. No,
yeah,
shut
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
I do that. I
Yeah.
spray them with some water in their face, and they
Yeah,
stop.
and they're like, oh,
they're
no,
they're
but
all
like,
and they go back to their seat.
they're just like, okay. And so I it's just like, well, we can't do anything about you being women and me being a man. So we'll work on other
Well,
things. No, we can't.
actually,
We can't, Joey.
I'm like, it's a matter of money. But
Yeah.
yes, you can. That's
Um,
technically incorrect.
next headline. We Monday. One of the teachers, I guess, she was texting the week. I don't always hear the phone over the weekend, and I
Uh-huh.
guess she was feeling bad, and so that's last Sunday. She was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be in on Monday. I'm not feeling good." So she had a sub. Dude, our subs they show up at like 7:32 or something. It's like I don't know. Like I was talking to a teacher on Friday because there was no teacher out. We were waiting on her sub. So I don't know what these subs are doing nowadays. I don't want to make fun of them, but when I was a sub, I was always early. Our subs, they're like, so we had a no sub scare. Like I'm just kind of like, if this sub doesn't show up, I was like, what are we gonna do with this? Teacher's like, and so I was talking to because I teach math. The other, she teaches science and social studies. The teacher that was out, and the other one that was there, she does the reading and the writing. And so I'm talking to her. So I'm like, if the sub doesn't show up here in the next 10 minutes or whatever, we're gonna have to split these kids to all the third grade, right? But then you and I are gonna have to kind of pick up an extra subject today, you know? And so it was kind of on the fly. Luckily, it didn't happen. We didn't have to worry about it. But like, it was a little nerve wracking because I'm like, I'm not really prepared. Like, I can teach anything. But they taught like that's always like, well, this in education. Probably the biggest thing people don't realize is the flexibility you have to do as a teacher. Like, you just pick stuff up and be like, I gotta do this now.
Well, the thing that people don't get, and this is like one of the takeaways, like, oh, we tangent off and be more serious, and it's like it hurts to be serious. But the thing is, like, people don't realize like how like I always tell like people, especially when I'm doing like those teacher prep courses
Yeah.
for people that want to go into teaching, I'm like minutes are, and you're gonna be like, oh, what are you talking about? You're a weirdo. Minutes are like gold. Like you don't realize like how much time, like the finite amount of time you have to teach these kids what they're supposed to know in order to be prepped for whatever like at the end of the year core test or whatever like benchmark test you're supposed to get them to because like you don't know if you're going to be out for some sort of training, you're going to be out because you're sick, there's a field trip, they're going to be out because they're sick. holidays, all this craziness. And so like those minutes, you're like, oh, well, you have all year. Yeah, all year lasts a long time, but your kid's math time is an hour a day, 5 days a week. If you're lucky and your kid's there,
Yeah.
it's really not a lot of time. Like when
I
like you
don't
really gonna look at it. And so it's like no, like these things count,
I
people.
don't know because I don't know all the teachers at my new school. I know my grade level, right? But some of the other teachers I'm still not familiar with yet. I'm learning. Like, but I don't know if it's one of the speech ladies or like the social worker or something or what. But there's this lady come and pulled out one of my students, and then it's right during the math lesson time, and I'm like, because like now it's like, because during the math lesson, if they miss, normally what I'm supposed to do is teach the math mini lesson and then be able to do small group time. Whenever you're pulling this kid out during, it's a girl, you pulling her out during the math lesson time. Well, now during one of my small group times, I got to be going over the math lesson with her because she's not there, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's like, I get it, you got to get your minutes, but it's just, it's one of those hoops you got to jump through.
So two things. One totally serious, and one like super messed up thought that popped in my brain as soon as you started talking. First, the serious one though. Just talk to your admin and say, hey, like, what do you want me to do about this? Because at the end of the year, is there any way we can get that kid's schedule switched? And the first thing that popped in my head, which was messed up, was that kid's gonna miss your math stuff. So at the end of the year, instead of being able to say I failed math, she's gonna be able to correctly pronounce I failed math. And so the
Yeah.
speech will be great. Math skills not so much.
And she's like, yeah, exactly. I know how to say it. All right. Third
Yeah,
headline.
I know how to say that I failed.
Third headline of the week. This actually was a couple weeks ago, and I think I forgot to mention it, right? Some of the things these kids say, right? So doing my math screener, and there was a point I think where the student, there's another girl, she did this addition problem. She did it in her head, and she got the answer. And so when they're doing their head, I'm supposed to ask, what are you doing? Right? Like try and get an idea. What are they just guessing, or can you explain how you got? So she gets up and she starts hopping, and she's like, like 19, 20, 20. She's hopping in a number line right in her head,
Oh, okay.
right? So she's hopping, and I was like, "Why are you hopping around?" And so she just happens to kind of say, "I know all about space," and I was like, "What?" Because and then she's like, "Yeah, George Washington said one giant leap for mankind," and I'm just like, "Did he really?" But there's that space. Like, she's like, I know all about space. George Washington walked on the moon, and I'm like, okay.
You're like, I teach math. That's not my problem to deal with right now.
I was like, your number line skills are correct, but that statement, not so much. she's the one that sometimes. A lot of time we have our morning time is in the classroom, right, or in the hallway, right? You're still there, right?
Yeah.
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 Oh, so it just disappeared on me for a second. And so like, even though when I don't have duty, I'm still doing a lot of stuff like I did in previous school. I'm still going around and talking to students and whatnot, right? So I have my class door open, and I like get a lot of kids to kind of help me do stuff, right? They get there early, help me do stuff. I'll give them a piece of candy or whatever. But that girl, and she's funny, but she'll walk into the classroom sometimes because she's trying to help or she's kind of in her own world. And so I think this week I was kind of like, you mentioned me how I talked to him like a cat. I was like, hey, psst, psst, psst. I was like, get out of the room. It's like, shoo. And she, you're supposed to be in there right now. Yeah.
Take some catnip. And she's like, runs after it.
All right. My last headline, right? And you can do, actually, her last headline is a head alert. You can do, yeah. This kid, we came in from recess. And like I told you last week, every day from recess is always something, but most of the time it's the heat. But the kid came in and he's like, hey, I gotta go to the nurse. I got hurt playing football. And I was like, what'd you do? And he's like, I scored a touchdown. I ran into the wall. And I'm like, why'd you I was like, sure, man. And then, so I got him the nurse pass and he came back with a Band-Aid. And I was just kind of like, that's all the nurse did? I was like, I could have got you a Band-Aid. But I thought she wanted to check, make sure you didn't like break anything or something, He's like, well, I got she put some cream on it. But I was just like, dude, it's like, how do you run into a wall? There's a wall there. Maybe it'll move.
Did you hold on the ball to the whole all the way to the ground? And he's like, exactly. Well, I dropped to be like, no touchdown.
Did you? I'm over there like I go to the view board. I go to the monitor. Nope, no touchdown.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
We're gonna put you on injured reserve, but take the 6 off the board.
I was just like, who? Who runs into a wall? But I guess we did. Maybe I did that when I was younger. Who knows?
You get that kid tested. That's what you do.
Any
If not
headlines?
before, now for sure.
Any headlines? How's the? You started? Is it 2 classes so far? Like right now?
One. First week was last week. We go on the second week this week, and then next week I'll start the
It's
next
2.
one. And,
But it's 1 class, 2 days, right?
one class 2 days a week, and then I'll pick up a second one 2 days a week next weekend.
Are you in person or are you virtual?
No, I'm in person, so it's good. It's just I don't like you can tell like some of them, and like I was telling the wifey, I was like, there's these 2 girls that sit like next to last row that I want to be like, excuse me, like, can I help you out with something? We'll just wait until you're done talking for the rest of the class to continue. Because they're just over here and they're like, and you can tell they're like talking. I feel like they're talking a little bit of trash about me,
Yeah.
and I want to be like, look, here's the deal. Not being a D bag right now, but you're in community college, so it's not like your grades were amazing to get you into like a full-on 4-year like university right off the bat. So how about we go dial it down a notch
Are
with
they
you think it's funny?
are they all like young kids, like maybe late teens, early 20s,
Yeah,
or are there a
like
couple? Is there like 1 or 2 that's kind of like older? Like they're switching careers or something, maybe.
I would say no, I don't have anybody old. I would say like maybe they're like 19, 20, the oldest.
Yeah.
I told them our story like because I want to make it kind of relevant. So I told them how like they need to pay attention in class, like about our
Yeah.
English class and stuff like that. And they're like, some of them are all like making faces. I'm like, yeah, like stuff happens like that. Like it's not. I almost want to be like, quit. Like here's the deal. I can't do it because like I don't want to like not get an offer back. But I want to be like, look, here's the deal. Like you're here because it's like participation trophy kind of crap. Back in the day, they didn't have crap like this. They didn't
Yeah.
have stuff like this for you. Like you either cut it or you didn't go to college. It is what it is.
Are you
And now we're like, look, we're going to teach you study skills and stuff. Like, come on,
when
man.
when you get the second class, are you gonna do the Ross Geller voice, like
I
professor
thought
voice?
about it on my first way. On my first day in, like, because I think I told you I had like a 45-minute drive from one job to
Yeah.
the next. So I'm like driving in, and I was like, it'd be awesome if I'm like, hello, welcome in to study skills. My name is Professor so and so, and I'll be your
Yeah.
professor for the. And then I'd be like, nah, because I'm like, I don't know if they'll get the joke.
You're like, I'm Professor so and so. Welcome to. Let's check your schedule and make sure you're supposed to be in this class.
Be like, everybody pull out the paper schedule, and then we'll see if we're on the proper location. I walked in, my badge like unlocked it. Okay, so like my badge like made the light come on to where the door was unlocked, but the door didn't unlock, so I had to call campus PD because it said on the thing, if the door doesn't open, call this number. So I called and I'm like, hey, can y'all be here? And they're like, all right, we'll get you. I'm like, when? And she's like, well, whenever he gets there. And I'm like, class starts in 3 minutes. When?
You're
And she's like, well, I can't give you like an exact time. And I'm like, I'm in the hallway with all the students, and it's like already kind of stuffy in there. So I'm like, I want to be like, look, it's hot.
so
It's the first day.
I'm trying not to interrupt you, but I'm laughing because we were talking about the dingy comment from last week about Tommy Boy. He's like, I couldn't get the door. I had to ask for help. I was thinking like Tommy Boy at the beginning of the movie when he's like trying to get the door. He's like, why? Why? He's like, I can't. And then the guy comes, like he's trying to pull it, and the guy like pushes it open or something. He's just like, oh.
Well, so
Okay.
that kind of happened ish because I'm swiping my card, and the light lights up, and I can hear it like the mechanism kind of unlocked. So I'm like, all right. So I finally call them like, I have tried. They're like, have you tried swiping your card? I'm like, yes. It's lighting, and they're like, is it so you're locked out? And I'm like, well, I don't know because it's lighting up green, but yet when I turn the handle, it doesn't go. And yes, I'm turning the handle all the way, and it still doesn't go. They're like, all right, campus guy. So the PD guy comes over, and is like, is your badge not working? I was like, no, I don't think so. And he's like, yeah, you have to do like this, and it lights up green. And so he puts his badge, and it lights up green, and then he turns the knob, and it gives him the same thing. It doesn't let him know what. He's like, huh? And so he swipes again. I was like, yeah, that's why I called you, because of that. That's why, because it was doing that to me.
Dude, let's start.
And so,
I would never say it over the phone, but when they're like, are you locked out? We're like, no, I'm actually inside the classroom right now. I'm just calling for the heck of it. I feel
I'm
like I want to see how you're doing.
There's a lot of the oxygen's low. The door, but so like he's like, oh okay, and so then like he tries two more times after that, and I was like, yeah, that's why I called because he was doing that to me. He's like, oh, I've been doing that to everybody today, all these doors. I'm like, so he pulls his key out, opens the door like that, and I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, if it does it again, let me know. And I'm thinking like, I'm in the door. I'm not gonna like leave and like let you like, oh, I got locked out. Crazy. Like, what
You're like,
happened?
no,
Like,
I'm never
no.
leaving.
Yeah, I was like, I put a trash can in the doorway and let everybody come on in. I was like, oh, there you go.
I was like, I can't go to the bathroom now until class is over. I just have to hold it. All right, I'm gonna
Pretty
take
much, I
it
was
to
like, I'm not leaving until we're done.
the break and the song, okay, dude?
Sounds good.
We say prost, Gumby, cheers mate, and cheers mate again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all toss Santa, other times it's cheers up, you effing hoser, you effing hoser. We also say sawday, salute saluti, or tagay, skull. Let's all say Nazdarovia in the Russian way. In Vietnam we shout out yo, Walugi Wawa makes South Africa glow. In Portugal it's a solid soul, in Budmo Ukraine's here to stay. In Thailand we clink and shout out Sean, then back to the bar till the liquor's gone. For Jamaica it's a loud yawn, no matter the place we drink till dawn. In India we say cheers, or body hole. Hungary says he just did it, don't go too slow. New Caledonia joins in with a la boat, let it flow. In Taiwan we shout out Ganbei, and Singapore says Yam Sing all the way. Cheers, cheers around the world.
Dude, I was listening. I'm gonna still mess it with. You've heard that full version though, right? I sent you the full version.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you picked up on it. And at the end of the song, when it's winding down, it it's supposed to yell out "Cheers around the world," but it's like it's gibberish, right? Like, for some reason, it didn't. It's like "Roar," and I'm like, so I try to I try to fix it, but there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe we can just say that the dude's drunk when he's yelling.
So I was gonna,
He says
that's
he's
just what I was gonna say.
wasted when he yells it out.
5 minutes in, he's been. Well, I mean, we drink till dawn. Apparently,
It's
I'm like,
like,
I've only done that a few times. What? Come on now, AI.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for buyblacket.com. Please shop buyblacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. Buyblacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop buyblacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Jandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, and trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
No, I was
yeah,
just gonna say like the song, like it's don't know, man. Like I can't. If I win the lottery, and I'm talking, we got to make like millions and millions. Like take away. Like if I win like 1 million, it's not gonna happen. But if I can clear like like $100 million and stuff like that, I'm just gonna make like music videos for every one of your songs that you put out for us we play.
Yeah,
Because I can just see us doing music videos all day long. That'd be cool.
Then we get back onto the sketch show that I'm supposed to be doing too, that I've been kind of slacking on. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Cause I haven't played around with Suno like I said I would. Just been busy, you know. Like I like the school, but dude, every day. Excuse me, I think a lot of it has to do with the heat, man. I just come home and I'm exhausted. Like I'm just trying to like stay awake, you know. And I'm getting too old. Who knows what it is? I was gibberish there.
You're the guy. You're the guy at the end of the song.
They're like, that's you. You know, hey, every time we bring stuff back full circle, we're gonna be like starfish connection right there. Check.
Fudge that. It's like I'm so glad I was only halfway listening to that stuff in the first place, but it still bothers me. Like I'm all what? Like it's the Billy Madison that was the most pointless. Like we're all stupider for having heard that song. I
love that 30-second soundbite. We're all dumber for having listened to that.
Oh, excuse me.
So that first, bless you, by the way. I got a little. Actually, there's gonna be some story time this week. Probably be a little story time next week too, from old Jandler being over here. But I got a little story here I want to share. And I just kind of forgot it, so I have to go look at my clues. So,
do I know to do story time by Jandler Bing?
So I don't think how to start this. Just one of those ways that men and women are different, right? One of my teachers, she's engaged, and congrats, right? Congrats for her.
Yay, good for her.
I met her fiance a couple minutes. He seems pretty cool. They're both younger. Like they're probably. I wouldn't be surprised if we're like 20 years older than them. They're pretty young. But anyway, congrats to them. But my point of my story is, we come back, you know, August 1st. We're doing our teacher thing, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Miss So and So, about to be Miss So and So," and she's like flashes the ring, and all the women in the cafeteria are like, "Oh!" Right? And so it made me think about when you told me you were engaged. Can you see the video right here? You know what I mean? Is like I said, all the women are like, "Whoa!" But when you tell me you're engaged, us dudes don't go around like, "Hey, whoa!" We're just like, "That's cool, bro." You know, just like.
I like it. It's, you know, that reminds me. I was showing somebody the Budweiser commercial because I was like, dude, there was this guy, and like it was like you just didn't want to talk to him because like every time you walked up to him, like, I mean, you know what I mean? It's one of those things like most often, unless you're just like dying to talk to somebody, it's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" That's not bad, and that's it, right? And then that Budweiser commercial is like, "How you doing? How you doing?" And then the old man's like, "I'm doing fine. Just win, blah blah blah." And he like said, and they was like looking like, "What?" So they does that first time, and I told him, "This guy, what he's doing, waving, don't ask." And like, "How you doing?" He's like, "Just drove in. Everybody's real nice."
You're not getting it.
But women are like that, and then they want you to tell the details because you even get stuck as the dude. How'd you do it? How'd you plan it out? And I'm like, I just asked. That's what happened. Like
they're like, "That's it? You didn't go on a magic carriage ride or something, you know?" You didn't.
Magic carriage rides are stupid, by the way, because all you smell is that horse's butt.
Yeah, one of my exes, we never did it, but she thought it'd be romantic, and I got yelled at by her for not doing it because I talked to a dude that did do it, and that's what he said. He's like, "All you're gonna see is that horse's ass, and you're just gonna see."
But that's it though.
Poop, poop, poop. And so I told her that, and she's like, "You're not being romantic," and I'm like, "Why would you want to do that?" It's like that's not.
It sounds cool in a movie, and it looks cool in a movie, and then you get in the real one. They have a bag on the back of the horse's butt where the poop rolls into the bag, so that way it doesn't get on the ground. Otherwise, they're not going to do that downtown. Yeah. And so all you have is that big bag of crap right in front of the driver, who's right in front of you. And I know it smells because when I'm downtown sometimes and walking, like I see them walking by, it's like, and then you immediately smell that poop. Gross.
Yeah. But
Nice.
so anyway, like I said, cool. Kudos to them. Congrats to them. I just in my head laughed. I was like, how different men and women are about that thing. I was just like, yeah, we're like, okay, cool.
What?
Yeah.
And so, what's another thing too? And I can't easy into detail. It takes you to the Choey and Jandler dark after dark line, and then it runs, jumps.
Yeah.
But people get knocked on. They're like, oh, dudes in their bachelor parties, and y'all go, girls in their bachelorette parties. I've seen a couple because we had like in restaurants that I've worked in before. Like, I booked a little room in the back.
Some of them get
Never
rowdy.
seen so many phallic shaped things in different ways. And they're like, oh my God, it's so funny. And I'm like, imagine if the shoe was on the other foot and we had like, I don't know what like the nice term for that little area is.
Breast cookies or no, not even that.
Boob cookies or like the other areas, like, you know, cakes and stuff. People be like, you're dirty. What's wrong with you? But y'all can have like, y'all little sippy straw tips. And that's what you're like.
And then the gummies. I've seen some of when they have those little gummies or whatever.
Yeah,
those fruit gummies. And it's like, oh, these are supposed to be cherry stems, but they're not. Dude, I think I told you this story. I think we were in Australia. Yeah, we had pulled in Australia in the Navy. I'm walking around downtown, right? Like just bar hopping because like
walking around downtown, taking it down.
Yeah, what is that? I'm trying to figure out who's that? Who does that song? But no, like it's Cali something, I think. But anyway.
Isn't that Natalie and Bruley? I don't remember that.
Maybe it is Natalie and Bruley. But anyway, this bachelorette party just kind of runs up, right? There's like 4 girls. Apparently they had some bachelorette scavenger hunt, and the bride to be had to get a dude's underwear tag, right? Like that was part of the. So she's like, again, I'm American. She's Australian. She didn't even know me. She just walks up. Obviously they're drunk, but she's like, hey, can I get your boxer tag? And I'm just like, why? And then she explains it, and I was like, all right, as long as you want to reach in there and grab it. I was like, fine. She's like, shh. And that was it, man.
And it's stuff like that I'm like, wow, I got married. Like, what if my wife was doing stuff like that?
You're like, all I did was stay at home and play Madden. And you're like, you did that?
Dude, all we did was go to like a little restaurant and hang out and have beers. And then we ended up remember, because you were there with me, we ended up kicking in the Motel 6.
Yeah.
And that was like the grossest Motel 6 I've ever been in. Not because it was in some seedy part of the city either. Just some crap, almost like it looked like a Japanese hotel. I was like, this is probably the worst bachelor party ever.
We went back to
not that I wanted to do anything, but geez.
We went back to our old hometown and had like breakfast and kind of, just being Choey and Jandler, like just doing stupid stuff or walking around.
Maggie's was good.
Maggie's was really good. But now we're gonna move on to a little wine and cheese corner. It's been a year, right? Things that kids whine about, like, hey, you want some cheese with that? So this one student came up to me. This is a borderline hurt alert in a way, but they're like, hey, Mr. Bing, I need to go to the nurse. And I'm like, why? My stomach hurts. Why? She's like, I keep swallowing mouthwash in my toothpaste instead of spitting it out. And I'm like, yeah, the nurse, I'm sorry, the nurse did not really be able to do anything about that. I was like, get some water, put your head down. And dude, I don't know, it's been a year since I've swallowed toothpaste, I think when I was young, I wouldn't always like spit it out in the sink. But I'm like, I don't remember my stomach hurting for that. She played that thing out pretty good. There was a point I sent her to the nurse because I was just like, maybe you have a fever or something. Because it's like, this should not just be a toothpaste mouthwash thing. But I was just like, all right. So that's she whined about that all day. I'm like, just put your head down. I was like, and there was a time I called on her to answer a math question, and she's like, my stomach hurts, and I'm like, psst. All right. So
no, sorry, that's the wrong answer.
When she said that, I was just like, oh my gosh. I was like, bite my tongue, dude. I was like, all right. Because I was like, no, it's not like you're on your period. It's like, come on.
It's like when I was a PE teacher, water was the magic.
Yeah.
Oh, I hurt my leg. Do you want to you go get some water real fast? Okay. And they run over, and it's like, didn't you say your leg was like broken? And now you're like running to the water fountain. They go get some water, and they come back. I'm good. And you're like,
I like when they tell me, Mr. Bing, I broke my leg, and I'm like, you're standing on it. I doubt it's broken. Yeah. Maybe you hurt a little bit, but I doubt it's broken. But no, it's also like the water is a magic cure. They always tell me, they're like, I need to go to the nurse, and I'll be like, why? And they're like, well, I hurt my arm or this, whatever. And that's why I love it, like the second, third grade, third grade and under, really, because I can say this, like, do you want me to cut it? Remember Major Pain? I know a trick to take your mind off that. But I'm like, you want me to cut it? You want me to cut your arm off? You'll be fine then. They're like, no, I'm good. So, like, okay.
Let me show you a trick that'll fix that for you. And she's like, get away.
All right, dude, I'm going to end on a deep thought, okay? So I'm going to get a little music here with Jack Handy.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Is it just me, or does glitter reproduce on its own, or is it just immortal, Joseph? Because you can never get rid of it.
This is true.
This
Like,
is-
I don't
There's
get
glitter
like
everywhere.
when it gets everywhere. You can't sweep it up. It gets stuck in everything. But like like in like girls, like I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with y'all? Like glittery perfume, and they like spray that stuff on. And it's all over their stuff. And shimmer.
I
Like,
thought
I don't know. You ever
there
borrowed
was
like I've been like, oh, can I get some lotion? Or like I get like the lotion. I'm like, why does it look like that? Like, oh, it's got shimmer. I'm like, it's not called it's glitter.
Yeah.
Don't call it shimmer. It's got
There-
glitter, and you should have told me beforehand, because now I got glitter all over my freaking arm, and I look. Not only do I smell a little bit fruity, but I also look a little bit because I'm glowy.
I'm like, hey, Choey, you look a little shiny over there. You're
Man,
glowing.
I'm like, what's?
But no,
It's shimmering.
There was a student, like we do, my dismissal job is to help walk students out to their car. We call it like,
Yeah.
I think we're like valet walk-ups or whatever or something. We're running. I'm called a runner. That's my technical term, but I walk with kids. But there was one student.
This is discrepancy in this right here. Which one am I supposed to be doing?
With this student, yeah, I wish it has to be like the Jandler being word of the day next time. If you call me a walker or a runner, why aren't we running? But so this girl, it looked like she had cascaronis confetti in her hair, and I was just like, hey, would you? I was like, did you put confetti in your hair? And she's like, no. So I guess it's gel. I guess there's some gel now that has confetti in it or what. I was like, what? She's like, yeah, this is hair gel. And I was like, all right.
Like,
you
I
know.
don't think so.
Yeah. There was another girl. It was one of my third graders. I walked her to her car, and I was like, and she had like cookie crumbs in her hair, and I was like, what are you doing? I was joking with her, like, do you eat with your head? And she's like, no. And I was like, what happened? And she's like, well, this kindergarten split a cookie with me, which they're not supposed to do because you're not supposed to share in food because of allergies and everything, right?
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, she split a cookie with me, or she shared a cookie with me, and then she just dumped all her cookie crumbs in my hair, and I'm just like, and you let her do it?
Like,
But I was
did
just
you
like-
beat that girl's butt?
I was like,
It messed her up.
but when she got every time, like when there's third graders that I walk to the car, I always make like a joke with them as I'm putting them in the car, like just because like I just joke with them at the last second or joke with the parents or whatever. There was another girl. I told her as I walked through the car on Friday, I was like, hey, I was like, everybody's off Monday except you. You better be here. And her mom's like, yep, we'll drop her off. I was like, you need to show up. You need to show up, little one.
So that's a dad joke right there.
It is
You
a
realize
dad
that,
joke.
right?
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
like, you
dude,
realize that, right?
dude,
So you can't
most,
come at me with my crap stuff.
no, most dad jokes, hey, dude, don't be a guy that claps when the movie's over, Choey.
Uh, I've never ever done that. Never.
No, but
I
dad
clapped
jokes
before
are
movie started one time though.
dad jokes are like just like it's like wordplay a lot of times, you know? Yeah, they're corny, But if you think about it, it's also smart too with some of the if you pick up on it. But yeah, you're right. I was being a dad, even though I'm not a dad.
I clapped before a movie because it was what was it, 2001, 2002, when it was the trailer. I don't even remember what movie I was there for, but it was the trailer for the OG Scooby Doo movie, like the original Scooby Doo, and it was like a Batman intro. Like,
Oh
have you
yeah.
seen that one?
Yeah.
And I was just
That
like, I
came
remember
out like
watching it, and
that came out like 2000, 2001, maybe 2002, something like that.
yeah, and so I was like
Yeah.
sitting there, I was like, well, that's cool, like another Batman. And then like when it was like, and it comes, it's like, and then you have Scooby Doo. He's like, oh me, oh, I was all Scooby Doo, oh, and I was like all excited. And like the girl I was there with at the time was like, sit down, you're embarrassing us. And I was like, embarrassing you, not me. And I was like, that's Scooby Doo right there. What's wrong with you?
Like ruh-roh. All right. Social media plug. I'll do it since you did the intro. So please follow us on X, TikTok at Choey and Jan, Choey, the letter N, Jan. I'm gonna say if I can't use this Riverside to get some snippets that's put on there. We're also on Threads and Insta at Choey and Jan 2, Choey, the letter N, Jan, and then 2 is TOO. And then Facebook's Jandler Bing. YouTube is really Jandler Bing 969. I didn't pick those numbers, just so you know. Although, high
That
school
you didn't.
done that, 69, dude.
Okay, Mr. lecturing me about taking it like a little after dark.
Hey,
What is
that's
that?
That's Bill and Ted. That's classic pop culture reference.
But that's direct. That's just direct right there. That's like not even innuendo.
Dude, how many movies did we reference in this episode? Like, 5 to 10, I bet.
We'll count them out after you. Or do you want to count them out before we pull the plug?
I know we did Billy Madison, right? I know we just did
One.
Scooby. We
did Tommy Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Billy Madison, Tommy Boy, Scooby.
Bill and Ted. That's 4.
Bill and Ted. See, I have to go back and listen to because I know there's another one I was bringing up. Now maybe it was just 4. I thought we had over 5, but who knows? All right, pull the plug, sir.
Yes, pull it.